She was born with a congenital heart defect called truncus arteriosus, which she was born with 3 valves instead of 4. The doctors and nurses listened to her all night, and she had a really loud murmur. So within 12 hours of her being born, we learned that she would have several heart surgeries to come.
The very first surgery, she was just right at a month old. And then when she was at her second one, she was right around 7 months old. And 2 years at her third, and then she just had her fourth when she was 10 years old.
I was a little scared the night before. I knew I was gonna be okay. So I knew that I had safe doctors in my hands.
I'm feeling really good. I had my echo last week and all my numbers look good and I'm doing pretty good. What's next is what they're planning on is getting me through my teen years or till I'm about 20 years old, and then being able to have my 5th open heart surgery to basically give me a whole new set in my heart. So I'll get a new valve, I'll get new stents, and they'll just make sure everything looks good in my heart. I played summer softball through May through August, and then we took a break, and then we started fall ball. Been playing volleyball. The derecho came in August, and that didn't really hurt my family's home because we have a fresh home. So we didn't have any damage, but some of our family members did, but I mean, we helped them, and our family's been doing great, and I've been doing great with 2020, and hopefully this is a better year than last year. I am hoping to play softball, club ball, maybe high school ball. I really want to play high school volleyball. That's one of my favorite sports. And kind of through my high school years, I just want to play sports. And then hopefully I can go to college somewhere that I've always dreamed of. Like I wanted to go to UCLA to play softball. Then I wanted to play at Ohio State for volleyball. But I'm hoping just to reach my goals, and maybe we'll see if they come true.
The hardest part for all of that was we knew what to expect as far as just, you're having a baby and then he'd get whisked away essentially because they needed to do some things right away to help him. But the hardest part for me after that was I didn't get to see him for a good 24, 36 hours, I think. He was very sick after his first surgery. He was on external bypass machine. Maximum is typically 3 days. He was on it for 9. He was very sick. He tried to die a few times, that hospitalization. Yeah. It was a very rough time. Chad was a rock for a hot mess, more so than I was.
Yeah, the morning they gave us this was the last ditch. He's coming off. They attempted to take him off this heart and lung machine several times, and he wasn't doing well. And there was this next morning was going to be the last one. So that was it was amazing. I mean, it was just, we were so positive in that morning, and having them say that just was normally I am strong. I'm like, stuff doesn't, but now that we can talk about it, it's tougher.
Yeah, it's rough.
My name is Sam Martin. I was born with half a heart, and this summer I got a pacemaker because of this thing called PLE, protein losing
Encephalopathy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember when right after they turned his pacemaker off after it was in so that he could feel his own heartbeat, and you said you could feel a difference, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Was it weird?
Not really.
For those 10 years, he was as normal as I would ever expect a kid to be. I mean, it seemed like, he could ride his bike, he could do all those things, and didn't seem to run out of a lot of steam, and so he just pretty much treated him like a normal kid,
Pretty good. I was out snowboarding, pretty tired going up and down the hills, but it's just because there's a lot of snow.
He's good. He's been healthy.
Yeah.
Right now, so Sam developed a long-term complication after his heart surgery when he was 3, and he developed it about 10 years, at about age 14, I think it was, or so. And that complication kind of told us that his last surgery when he was 3 sort of failed. So lots of medication adjustments, and then a pacemaker was placed to help his outcomes better. Long term, Sam will stay on medications his whole life. He may need a heart transplant at some point in the future, but we hope to delay that as long as possible. And as of right now, he's doing really well and healthy, and his long-term complication is under good control with his current regimen. So that is where we're at right now.
I'd like to do disc golf, play outside, play basketball, ride my bike.
Drive a car.
I drive a car, yep.
Got his license.
And that's pretty much it.
Sam does go to school. He goes to Mount Vernon High School, and they go every other day. We talked with cardiology before we made that decision, and they thought he should give it a try, and they are doing lots of good things to keep the kids safe. So Sam's able to go to school every other day, just like his siblings do. So that works out really nicely. We just kind of stay home a lot, and it affected kind of my husband and my job a little bit, so that we were able to not bring anything home to Sam. I'm in healthcare. My husband is self-employed, so he would choose his jobs based on the risk for Sam, essentially. And I just changed how I work as well, just to reduce his risk of getting something, I would say. Does that sound right?
Yep.
We didn't really get together for holidays with any family members this year, like everybody else. So we're just kind of hanging out at home.
Yeah.
After the echo was done, we learned the official diagnosis, which was hypoplastic right heart syndrome with tricuspid atresia and a VSD. So her right ventricle didn't develop, and neither did her tricuspid valve, and then she had a hole between her heart, which was the VSD. So, we got our official diagnosis. I was 20 weeks pregnant. We had 20 weeks to process everything, to get a crash course in cardiac speak. And Adira was born on March 28th, 2016. All of the you're probably not going to be able to hold your baby after she's born. All of that went out the window because she was doing so well after she was born that I did get to hold her for a very brief
couple minutes, for like a minute or
enough
two.
to get a picture before they whisked her off to the NICU to start all of the testing. She was only in the NICU for maybe 24 hours, and they moved her to the PICU. And we were in the PICU for about a week.
They keep saying, oh, she's doing great, but it's still there in the hospital for 13 days?
Yeah, the doctors were becoming more and more optimistic. When her PDA finally closed, her heart was doing what it was supposed to be doing. Her 3 heart defects kind of worked in unison to keep her from having her newborn surgery.
We got some very good news. We received the 1-year blessing, and in the world of congenital heart disease, that is a major milestone, meaning that we don't have to go back to see her cardiologist, Dr. Rankine, until next summer, and a whole year. So, yes, Dr. Ben, you love Dr. Ben. And so we are very, very blessed, feel very fortunate about that. It's pretty exciting, isn't it? At preschool, during Thanksgiving time, what did you tell your teacher you were thankful for? You had a sign and it said, I am thankful for what?
Being healthy.
Yeah, you were thankful for staying healthy. And so
I play video games. I really like video games.
She's not being shy anymore. Oh my.
one thing I would like people to know is that, first of all, supporting the American Heart Association is very important. It's done wonders for me in research, limiting the amount of surgeries, saving lives. And then another thing that my family has always talked about is don't ever let one negative event impact the way you live life. If it's COVID, if it's a family issue, if it's anything, just don't let it impact your life. Keep living the life that you want to live.
Fundraisers are so important, and this is a huge fundraiser for the American Heart Association. And without the research that the American Heart Association does, Sam would not be here today at all. The technology wouldn't be there for his pacemaker that he has, and just all the advances in medications and things that are prolonging his ability to function as well as he does. So without everyone's support, it's not possible for Sam to be doing as well as he's doing, or even be here for that matter. So it's really vitally important for the fundraisers like this to happen, for the research to continue for Sam and people like Sam.
Even with it not being in person, just continue doing everything you can to support the American Heart Association, just so we can keep having more heart warriors out there.
Yes, do all that you can to continue supporting the American Heart Association, because a lot of the research that is done is funded by the American Heart Association. And so without the generous donations from so many of you, a lot of this research and this breakthrough treatment that we've been able to receive for Adira wouldn't be possible. So continue to show your support in any way that you can, because, you know, Adira's life and other heart warriors like her, their lives depend on it.